signal. Where they waka far. Now we be the medium. Where go help you sell your market. All round entertainment for everybody. Jolly, 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 jolly tonight. This is your family station. Family station. Station for the people. NTA Lagos Channel 10. Station with a different soul. Station with a different soul. Station of excellence. NTA Lagos Channel 10. NTA Lagos Channel 10. Now the station for
Good evening and welcome to the news at 7 in brief. I am Ese Omaka and a very happy 63rd independence anniversary to our dear country, Nigeria. Now, the news in detail. Actualizing a better Nigeria will require courage, compassion, and commitment as one indivisible unit and not by fear or hatred. In his address to commemorate Nigeria's 63rd independence anniversary, President Bola Tinubu identified these as the recipes for greatness as Nigeria navigates her journey ahead. State House correspondent Musbao Dawahab tells us more.
Compatriots.
First official appearance of President Bola Tinubu since his return from the UN General Assembly trip. It's on the anniversary of his country's national sovereignty, commemorating a journey continually filled with lots of patriotic sacrifices. And the sitting Nigerian leader acknowledges the effort of the founding fathers and mothers who secured the emancipation of the nation from the shackles of colonialism and those who have upheld the unity for 63 years down the lane.
Some people have said an independent Nigeria should never have come into existence. Some have said that our country will be torn apart. They are forever mistaken. Here, our nation stands, and here we shall remain.
The nation has maintained its unity and so endured its travails. But the man in front believes a greater Nigeria still requires brave decisions and dogged determination that he said he has signed up to since inauguration. Some attendant hardship on the citizens of it. The president says that is a necessary momentary sacrifice toward a better future. And so to ameliorate the consequential effect on the people, President Tinubu says the interventions are on the way, including the release of CNG-powered buses to ease transportation.
Based upon our talks with labor, business, and other stakeholders, we are introducing a provisional wage award increment to enhance the federal minimum wage without causing undue inflation. For the next 6 months, the average low-grade worker shall receive an additional 25,000 naira per month.
He also enumerated other policies and programs aimed at improving the economy, which include tax reforms, inauguration of a new leadership for the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Infrastructure Development Initiative in collaboration with state governments.
States have already received funds to provide relief packages against the impact of rising food and other prices.
The president also acknowledges the roles of partners in driving governance, including the national legislature and judiciary, as well as labor unions and civil society organizations. From the State House, Musbao and Wahab, NT News.
And still on Nigeria's independence celebration, Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has applauded the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing Nigeria as a country on track for economic recovery and advancement. In his congratulatory message to Nigerians, the occasion of a 63rd independence anniversary, the speaker notes that the nation led by President Tinubu is determined to take the nation to its enviable place of pride. In a statement signed by his media assistant, Eromosele Bomele, Mudashiru Obasa assures Nigerians of greater years ahead while encouraging them to be more tolerant and exercise patience with the hope of a greater destination for the country. He added that the Lagos State House of Assembly has taken decisive steps to create an environment devoid of criminalities experienced elsewhere. And now to religious matters, the popular saying that a patient dog eats the fattest bone goes a long way to reflect the benefits of possessing patience as a virtue, especially as many in the world are getting more impatient by the day. In order to underscore the importance of this highly required godly quality among members of the congregation, series of Jehovah Witnesses is reminding delegates to treasure the valuable quality of patience. Justice Moses, who brings us report from one of the 12 ongoing series at the Bedagri Assembly Hall of the Witnesses, reports that the theme is Be Patient.
Around the globe, it is the first in-person convention post-COVID, and the friends were happy to meet again. The Bible-based talks and symposia of the convention reminded delegates of the need to demonstrate patience daily in their dealings with one another, in their marriages, families, and with others in the society, just as God does towards them.
How do we cultivate this quality? What will be the benefits of cultivating these qualities? These are some of the things that the friends or delegates who attend these conventions will learn.
The convention is to strengthen our spirituality as Jehovah's Witnesses, and it will further help us to exercise the quality of patience, because by doing so, we can be patient like our loving Heavenly Father, Jehovah.
For example, the person of Jeremiah was so touching to me, his experience. We must do things Jehovah's way, not want it here and now.
Since faith in God requires patience, biblical examples of those who patiently waited on God, such as Jesus, David, Moses, Daniel, among others, were used to help delegates have God's view of time and to reassure them that God will unfailingly fulfill his promises at the proper time.
I have seen the need for me to be more tolerant and patient with people.
It has really strengthened me to be strong in serving Jehovah and to remain focused.
We've come to understand that true patience involves accepting or tolerating delay, suffering, troubles without getting upset. It's a quality that prevents us from getting provoked.
These 3 days have been a lovely one, because seeing the faces of brothers and sisters and friends for the past 3 or 4 years, it makes all of us who are present grateful and wonderful.
The 3-day convention program also featured baptism of new members on Saturday, as delegates rounded off the program on Sunday with a song titled, It Will Not Be Late. In Lagos, Jesuton, Moses, NTA News.
Meanwhile, as Nigeria celebrates her 63rd independence, Christian clerics have urged political leaders and citizens to put aside their differences and come together in the interest of the nation. They called on all citizens to place their trust in God and uphold the values of integrity, cooperation, and tolerance for a more prosperous future. Our correspondent, Gabal Folarori Olamide, who visited some churches within the metropolis, reports.
In some churches visited, Clerics have emphasized the need for unity in order for the nation to move forward, especially as she celebrates 63 years of independence.
I think we need to thank God that we are witnessing this day and we are alive. And we must not even forget the role of God in Nigeria, that God is still keeping Nigeria together till today, and there is peace in Nigeria, peace in the north, peace in the south, peace in the east, peace in the west. The little challenges that we are having, Jehovah will take care of it.
We have come a very long way. Each and every one of us are leaders in our respective ways. We are leaders in our homes, we are leaders in our society, we are leaders in the church. So whatever position anyone finds himself, it's expected that he will, lead properly so that our country can achieve greatness.
They expressed concern over the country's development in years past, but remain optimistic that with God's help, Nigeria can become a stronger and more prosperous nation.
God should keep our children and let them grow in the fear of the Lord so that our country will be better. Because without the fear of God, without Jesus, nothing can move in our country.
There's hope for this country. And what we should do at this point in time is to collectively support our leaders. And when that is done, there's every possibility that this country will be better in the near future.
They called on all and sundry to pray for the good of the land so that we can reap of its benefits therein. In Lagos, Nerotnina.
And that's the size of our package of the news at 7 on NTA Lagos Channel 10. Thanks for being there. I am S.A. Owomaka, and do have a wonderful Independence celebration. Good evening.
Excellence, station with a difference, station of the people. NTA Lagos Channel 10 for information and education.